Have you ever really wanted something? Like, you can't stop thinking about it and it feels like it's just meant to happen to you? It's almost like the whole universe is working together to make it a special part of your life story. That feeling of wanting is like the first little spark in making that thing actually happen. But here's the thing. Just wanting something a lot might not be enough to actually make it real. You need something more. You need belief. This is where the profound concept of the law of assumption, as expounded by the visionary Neville Goddard, comes brilliantly into play. A common belief is that happiness and contentment come when we achieve our goals and make our dreams real. But the law of assumption flips this idea around. It suggests that if we start acting and feeling as if we've already reached our goals and fulfilled our dreams, they will actually become real. To put it simply, the law of assumption suggests that what we think is true will turn into reality. Belief in its essence is the driving force that propels desire beyond the realm of wishful thinking. It's the unshakable conviction that what you long for is not merely a distant dream, but an inevitable reality converging towards you. The law of assumption posits that to truly manifest your desires, you must cultivate a state of mind where your desires are not seen as remote aspirations, but as palpable truths. This assumption, this deep-rooted knowing, is the fertile soil in which the seeds of desire flourish and mature. Research carried out at 2 universities, as stated from Neville Goddard, uncovered a profound insight into the law of assumption. Their findings revealed that after conducting over 2,000 experiments, they arrived at a significant realization. The way you perceive something when you see it is heavily influenced, not so much by what's physically present, but by the assumptions you hold while observing. The world you believe to be the tangible reality is, in fact, a world built upon your assumptions. The connection between these experiments and the law of assumption underscores the profound influence your mental state exerts on your external experiences. Imagine reality as a canvas and your assumptions as the brushstrokes that compose the picture. What these experiments highlight is that the canvas you see isn't a mirror of objective reality, but a masterpiece woven from the threads of your assumptions. The reason people tend to believe in the tangible external world is that they haven't yet mastered the art of channeling and intensifying their inner faculties to pierce through its surface illusion. Curiously, this act of delving beyond sensory perceptions doesn't demand an overwhelming struggle. The objective reality surprisingly dissolves as our focus shifts away from it. The technique to unveil the hidden dimensions of reality isn't Herculean. It's more like a shift in attention. Through our focused attention, our desire starts to embody the clarity and tangible presence of the physical world. As we continue this concentrated focus, the form of our thought becomes as vivid and real as the forms found in nature. This very act grants our desire the authority to manifest as an actual, observable reality in our lives. Imagination is creation. When we find ourselves at odds with our surroundings, disliking the circumstances that life presents or feeling uncomfortable due to the actions of others, there lies an opportunity for self-reflection. It's at this juncture that we should pose the fundamental question: who am I? This inquiry is the cornerstone of our dispositions and preferences. This introspective query acts as a mirror, reflecting back to us the root cause of our discontent. It's not the external world that shapes our responses, but rather our interpretation of ourselves. In our daily lives, we are consistently employing the law of assumption, whether consciously or unconsciously. Our assumptions about ourselves, others, and the world around us influence our perceptions and interactions. If our self-concept is one of dissatisfaction or self-critique, it serves as the breeding ground for our negative perceptions. Conversely, if we embrace a self-image that resonates with our ideals, our perspective undergoes a transformative shift. Our external environment and the actions of others are no longer perceived as sources of condemnation. This internal shift, based on the awareness of our self-concept and its influence, aligns with the wisdom that if we do not condemn ourselves, the need for external condemnation dissipates. When we live in alignment with our ideals, we begin to view the world through a lens of purity. As the saying goes, to the pure, all things are pure. In other words, when our inner world is attuned to our highest self, our external reality mirrors that purity. By cultivating positive beliefs, nurturing an unwavering faith in our unseen potentials, and using the law of assumption intentionally, we can actively mold our reality and manifest our desires. To transition from where we are now to our desired state, we must assume we are already what we wish to be. A steadfast mindset and the feeling that our desire is realized can bring it into reality. If we walk and live as if it's already achieved without doubting, we remain on the mood. Maintaining a high mood generates ideas and actions that help manifest your desire. While if we look for excuses, for failure, we will always find them, for we find what we seek. We will find an excuse in the stars, in the numbers, in the teacup, or most any place. The excuse will not be there, but we will find it to justify our failure. The kingdom of heaven is within. This declaration underscores that the source of power, transformation, and fulfillment lies within us. It's a reminder to remain faithful to the knowledge that our consciousness, our I-amness, our awareness of being aware of the only reality, it is the rock on which all phenomena can be explained. There is no explanation outside of that. Consciousness is all, and all is consciousness.